morning, everyone. So we've had a change of clothes. You've all watched, thousands of you, thousands, guys, have watched the July preview. And now we're going to do the rest of the card. Good morning, Lance. Good morning, Striker.
Morning.
Morning, gents. Good to see you again.
Yeah. Okay, before we get going, Lance, let's just clarify the offer. So the offer is spectacular, by the way. Spectacular. Go.
I actually watched the end of our podcast because I didn't really understand what the 45,000 maximum win was. So you can win 45,000 in your bonus wallet, and then you can transfer it to your normal wallet for withdrawal or for whatever else you want to do. So on our website, you'll see you got two chances. You can deposit, you'll get the bonus. If any one of those two of the deposits, you win your 45 grand, you can move it across to your real bonus. If you win 60 grand after repeating the process 3 times, you can only draw out 45. That's the bottom line. So with the twice, and our website makes it clear. It's so nice, we've done it twice. So
Brilliant.
The bottom line is 15 grand if you put the max. If you turn the 15 into 100, only 45 is going to your real money.
Okay.
So that's the only and the easiest way I can put it. But it's a great offer, and it's not just first time. It's any customer who's been with me for 10 years, 1 year, 12 years.
1 minute. Perfect. All right. Well, guys, we've done the July. We've tipped the winners. We're going to hit the first 2 races relatively quick because they're not the best, but we owe it what we owe. So we'll start in race 1. We'll let Piere go first. And here we have the Hollywood Punters Challenge Class 4 on the poly track. Striker. It's
right. Well, race 1, very difficult race. The poly track. It's around a bend. I like the Happy Analia, drawn 1. But in a very difficult race, you can follow up on quite a couple of horses if you want. But draw 1 for me, Happy Analia, number 1.
Yeah, I think this race should be sponsored by Gamblers Anonymous. You don't really want to be having a bet in this race. I'll tell you why. If you go to soccershop.bet, Lance and them have priced up
6 to 1 the field. I'm just
6
looking
to
at
1.
it now. Wow.
Okay. You've got to be desperate to have a punt in this race. If you are going to have a punt in this race and you want to follow me and not Piere Strydom, you want to back Daphne's daughter each way. But I'm saying it's okay to not have a bet in this race. It's a 12-race program. Keep your money for later, Lance.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Very open, very difficult race. 6 to 1 the field. I think a nice each way. She's a machine. Dropped in the ratings. I respect that trainer. I think he's quite good, Stuart. So my horses are 3, 4, and 9. She's a machine of Ernie King and Whirlybird. That's how I see the race. Not keen on Summer Winter. Not keen on Happy Analia. Race 2.
Race 2. You know what to do. Click on the link. Go to soccershop.bet. Have a bet. Get your bonus. Turn it into profit, and you'll get cash. Race 2. We have another race on the poly track over 1,200 meters. And I really fancy something here strong. But I want to let Lance go first.
Guys, a difficult race. Again, hard start to the day, but I'm not mad on the favorite Pink Pigeon. I see we got it 3 to 1. I'm strong on Beb's Delight, and I'm strong on the same form line, Convocation. Beb's Delight and Convocation. Convocation's got a 3 kilo pull. And that's how I see the race. You know, it's a difficult race. Anything can win. But for me, in that order, 6, 9.
Perfect. Striker?
In another tough race, I'm leaning towards number 5, Miss Lady Hatrix. She's a 3-year-old, so she can improve. But my value in the race is number 1, Call Me When You Need Me. If you go back on a couple of runs, she finished behind Chasing Happiness, Good Form, Simric, Strong Form, Mia Moo, Just Be Lacquer, and Banff. She's drawn 1. She's got a 1 kilogram claimer on. I know they've put
4 kilogram
sorry, a
claimer.
4 kilogram claimer. 4 kilogram claimer. I know that the stable changed from an inexperienced Appy from Mauritius to a more experienced apprentice from Durban. So they look like they mean business. So I'm going to go with the value of number 1. Call me when you need me. With my other fancy Miss Lady Atrix.
Pierre, do you know that No Filter is the best rated horse in the race?
No, I didn't know. I like it a lot.
Hey, get stuck into Call Me When You Need Me, viewers. I found this thing. It's about 15-1 on soccershop.bet. This horse has been teamed for this race. There's no doubt in my mind. Go look at its last start, watch the replays, the booking of the young Damien Pillay, who rides very, very well. Damien, if you're watching, don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
And she's your 3rd best rated horse. Don't forget.
Yeah, strong 4-9.
Touche.
Yeah. Call me when you need me. For me, solid each way bet. And I'm glad that Piers told us a little bit of an insight that he found that they went for a slightly more experienced rider than the previous guy who rode it. Nothing wrong with
Look,
the
as a young horse was a top horse. If it comes to
yeah,
form,
it comes
might
to
be a
form,
hard horse to
it's
beat.
Let's see. Right, race 3. Now, this is a very interesting race because I was surfing the internet last night in between loads of different sites, and there's a disparity in the market. So some bookmakers are going 11-10, 12-10, the winner, the equator, and Lance, Michael, and soccershop.bet are going 2-1.
Joe, I don't even want to tell you what we started out at.
No, tell me.
We started out at 3-1. The
No
rest of
way.
the marketplace had 11 and 12 and 13 and 10.
Okay.
We're now down to 2-1. So we're
So you've
still
been
the best
cuffed.
price.
You've been
We've been kind of putting our place at 3-1. So now we want to be putting our place at 2-1. We're the best in the market by a long way. Very confident of this horse not winning, purely on history. Not long enough in the country, hard to prep, Durban 2200. I think a lot against it. I know nothing. I just don't know why Lorena's not on it. So that might give me a little more confidence than anything else. But I think it's a very open race. I respect a funny horse here, Tunny Player. I think 20-1 was a big price. I see it's now 14-1. And I make the race really open. So as a bookmaker, I'm going to have a go against the equator. I can't tip a winner to anybody else. I can't tip a winner strongly in this race. I think it's a hard race.
Okay, I think it's going to go to the front, and we're going to see a little bit of fool's home here because I know the horse's form. I was involved in looking at him when he was bought at Tats Horses in Training last year, and I know he should have run a few weeks ago, but he didn't. But he's a strong son of Galileo, and I think 2-1. Avail yourselves with soccershop.bet. I like the equator.
Remember, litigation's out, eh?
Yeah, litigation's out. Striker?
Yeah, the equator obviously is unknown. I know it's run places in grade 2s and grade 3s in the UK, and arguably the UK's horses are stronger than South African horses, and I think it's true because I've ridden against some of the top horses there. So if money comes for the equator, you have to respect it. But I've often noticed horses that don't make the final field in the main race in the July itself often run in the consolation race, and they often either win or finish very close up. So litigation has made the July. So unfortunately, it's scratch here. Don't forget, JP van der Merwe rides for Greg Boorts, the owner Greg Boorts. He's had a choice between Magic Verse and Utter Lycan, and they both have strong form. And the fact that JP van der Merwe has chosen number 10, Magic Verse, I think is probably one of the horses to beat.
Okay. All right. Well,
Fill your boots, 2-1, folks. Fill your boots.
It's about to get exciting. We're now on to race 4, where we've got the Durban Gold Vase. Great race. I don't think we're as strong in the staying stakes as we used to be in the past. We've got a hell of a spread here from as low as, or the merit rating here, as low as 72 to as high as 117. It's like a hell of a spread, and a hell of a spread in weights as well, funnily enough. Actually, there's a horse rated 61, Barcy Rockfoot. Soccershop.bet bet as follows: 4-1, 4 horses basically. King Pele's, Shoot the Rapids, Future Swing, and Holding Thumbs. The Old Boy in the Brass is at 7-1, 12-1 and better the others. Piere, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I actually make this one of my better bets in the card. Number 5,
Okay.
Shoot the Rapids. For simple reason, he finished like a head second last year in a Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And now he's a 4-year-old. As a 3-year-old to have done what he did, and a year later running the same distance, he must have improved, must have got stronger. And his last 2 runs, he ran behind Selukwe, who's in July, and then just behind Phil Marshall. That is his second run, while in May. So he should be spot on now. I like Shoot the Rapids.
Trained by Frank and owned by Sid Moodley, who's really doing well as an owner. And it's so good to see all these new colours in town, and Oaks having horses in big races. It's really nice. Lance?
Yeah, another tough race, Joe, but I like a horse here. I like number 13, Holding Thumbs. He's had a few runs in the province, and I think he's cherry ripe for this race, eh? His Cape Town form, if you go back to his Cape Town form, is a lot stronger than what's running here and what these horses have run against. But that for me is really good value. It is open. I respect Pierre's horse, Shoot the Rapids. I see Lorena's engaged. He hasn't been engaged for a while on this horse, and he does well on this horse. Tough race, but my first choice, and quite a strong choice, is Holding Thumbs.
So there's collateral with King Pele's. They've met before. They've met twice. King Pele's has beaten it twice. There is weight to consider, but I don't think it's sufficient. I'm all over Gareth's horse, King Pele's. I know the prep into these races has been planned for its last run and to peak for this run. So in quite an open race, I do like King Pele's, and I think he's a solid banker in the PA, for example. I can't see him missing. I've given Holding Thumbs enough chances. I'm not giving it another chance.
I just don't like 7 merit rated points for its win. Its last win.
No, I know it was quite.
Not going to help him.
No, definitely. Weight stops trains, doesn't it? And,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's run behind some proper animals.
Yes, and the stable's well.
Yeah, stable's firing. Gareth's really doing well at the moment. We haven't spoken about some of the others. I just don't think some of the others near the bottom of the handicap have really got too much chance. But hey, it's happened
Listen,
before.
MJ's got a horse of Ernie King. For me, it's the most improved horse in training in some time. We got Future Swing. We got a few horses in here that reputations have been battered. So
100%.
they're gonna have to lift their hands.
Let's move on to race 5. I'll go first here. Great race, the Golden Slipper for 2-year-old fillies. We see horses from all over South Africa now, and now we start separating the wheat from the chaff. There's been a lot of money and a lot of talk for the favourite. Another dance for me. I would not be asking this one to dance. I can't have it. No disrespect to Alan, no disrespect to Peter Moore, fantastic people that do great for racing. But I've been all over Quick Step Gal. I know how good Tinny is. He trained for me in the past. This filly is really good. She could be, guys, the next Quid Pro Quo. She reminds me exactly of Quid Pro Quo. The way she runs, trained by an unfashionable trainer, owned by a relatively quiet owner. Great guy. Rakesh puts a lot of money into the game, but not somebody that you hear about all the time. She's delivered for me her last 2 starts. She'll deliver again. Quick step gal for me. She's round about 4-1 on soccershop.bet, 24-10, another dance for me, 24-10, Green Diamond, Sean's horse, Educator 10-1, and 20-1 and better, bar 4 horses. If you do fancy something each way, yeah, horses like Tina Lovelace, etc., you're going to get 20-1 for them to run, to win, and obviously like 3-4-1 a place. But for me, quick step gal, Tini Prinsloo, Piere.
Yeah, these are juvenile races, so anything can improve and win. So I suggest punters to go wide. But if I have to cut it down on current form, number 10, Green Diamond, has got the best form. She's been winning with ease. Unfortunately, the draws is a hassle, but her dangers on number 9, another dance for me, and number 8, Quick Step Girl. They're all drawn 10, 9, and 8. So whoever gets luck in running, whoever improves a bit more from the last run, should win it. So I'm going 8, 9, and 10.
Lance.
Guys, I'm going to remind you of a horse called Oomph. Everybody remember that horse?
Yep.
Oh, sold for millions.
Yes. Came from PE with an unbeaten race record. And then the wheels came off. I'm not saying another dance for me is Oomph. But what I can tell you, it's unbeaten and it's beaten only PE graded horses. So I can't believe that it's as low as 22-10 in a group race on July Day, taking on the best of the best. So as a bookmaker, we got to die if that wins. So we're not shirking it. We see big, big value here. And it doesn't end at the 20-1 chances. You got Green Diamond, top 4. You got Quick Step Girl, who for me is my out-and-out first choice, hasn't put a step wrong. It's 100% capable of taking care of this mob. And I shouldn't say mob because there's some lovely horses in here. So I'll be shocked if another dance for me wins, and I'll eat humble pie, but I can't see it winning. Green Diamond, Quick Step Girl, and whatever follows at home, good luck to them. But I'm not a fan of another dance for me, especially at the price.
At this stage of the podcast, I just want to say to Sean, Lance will discuss some of your horses. I'm pretty sure about that. But he hasn't.
Yeah, listen, Sean doesn't get fazed by what happens on this podcast, win, lose, or draw.
No, he doesn't. Right. We move on to the Omoda Golden Horseshoe, the Colts and Geldings version of the Fillies race we've just discussed, where over here, you guys are betting 3-1 Malmesbury Missile, 11-4 Elegantrix, 8-1 Aristocratic, 8.5-1 Military Command, Tin Pan Alley, 10-1 and better the rest. Lance, you haven't gone first for a while. Do you want to have a little sneak here?
Thank you, Joao. To go first in this race will be my honor. Tough race, lovely renewal, very strong on number 2 Elegantrix. I make the danger to Elegantrix, a horse called Tin Pan Alley. The form is really strong with those 2 horses. I think they got really strong credentials. Tin Pan Alley drawn a bit wide. I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say good for you, and Malmesbury Missile's form lines are going to prove weak. I say prove weak because we haven't seen any runners from them, but too many horses ran too close in those group ones. I'm more adamant that the good for you form line Scottsville group 1 is going to prove really poor. So on that note, I'm going to lean strongly towards Elegantrix, Larina up, and I'm going to lean strongly towards Tin Pan Alley. I was very impressed with the first run around the turn. I think it was very impressive. And I make a danger, a horse called Military Command. I think that'll improve only because I think after the Cape Town form, he rushed it a bit. And it's now acclimatized and it could be a factor. But other than that, I don't see much else in the race.
Okay, interesting. Piere?
This is a obviously juvenile
Piere
race,
has
and
left the building.
He's back.
anything can really win. But I'm going to lean towards Elegantrix, same as Lance. You know what? Drawn 2 is a big advantage. She's got experience. She's beaten most of these horses already. Last time she finished second to direct hit, and we know how strong filly that is. So drawn to number 2, Elegantrix, to win this.
And I'm anti. I love Cornet. I love what Trevelyan, the amount of money that he's putting into racing. Rod McNabb always seems to have a good horse. Brahm, Jaeger, and Poriziakis always seem to have good horses. So from that perspective, I hope Elegantrix runs well. But let me tell you guys something. If you go on form grids and you use the lengths behind tool, you will see half an hour later, if Quickstep Gal wins, that'll validate Malmesbury Missile's form, because they ran on the same day last time out, and there's a 5-length difference. Since Justin, the master trainer from the Cape, there, Justin, I said it, the master trainer from the Cape. Since Justin put blinkers on this horse, his horse has turned the corner. It will not finish behind. I can't see it getting beat by Elegantrix again. Since they put blinkers on Malmesbury Missile, he's turned the corner. So Malmesbury Missile for me, for Sandy and her partners, that'll do me. There's a 3. It's got to find 3 lengths on Elegantrix, but that was over 1,100 meters. I think we'll see a different story over 1,400 meters. But I do think it's a 2-horse race. Tin Pan Alley probably run 3rd. I think it's a good trifecta. If you do want to throw in something for the quartet, there's a horse round about the 11-1 mark called Count of Ruin. Maybe add that into your quartet, but yeah, Malmesbury Missile for me. Right, we've done race 7 in the other podcast. Let's jump to race 8. The Ridgemont Garden Province. I think they should have a new tradition. Whoever wins it the previous year, the race should be named after that person last year. I'm not going to benefit from it, but we did win this last year with my mate Piere Strydom and Humdinger. I'm not going to mention it again. I do want to say, though, one thing. The way Piere rode Humdinger last year is the way he's going to ride Fatal Flaw this year. And that is going to be my selection in this race, round about the 11-2 mark. Piere, the legend, striker, blonde bomber, Strydom on Fatal Flaw. I don't want to hear anything else. I cannot have double Grand Slam at all. I think Spumante Dulce is a big runner, but Fatal Flaw for me. Piere.
Right. Yeah, it's drawn 10 is not easy at Gravel. She races quite handy. In fact, she leads, but she's going to have a tough job to get there, taking on these fillies. The older fillies have beaten her before. That's Double Grand Slam and Raskova. They are better handicap. Obviously, Double Grand Slam is drawn 9 just on my inside. But I feel Double Grand Slam and Raskova are probably the 2 horses to beat. The horses to chase them home would be Fatal Flaw, Spumante Dulce, and James Crawford. When I mentioned, he said to me, Fatal Flaw is very well, but don't write off his filly Montpetit Cherie. So this is a top class field, tough race. Quite a couple horses can win.
Okay, Piere, you said something that's excited me, that the trainer Crawford said, don't write off Montpetit Cherie. The Montpetit Cherie Guineas win, Spumante Dulce run under half a length behind it, running 7 wide. I know Spumante Dulce has drawn 11. Subsequently, she's run second to 8 on 18. This is a filly we're talking about here, eh? She's 3. So she's had an outrageous prep. I think she's cherry ripe for this race. Fatal Flaw, I've always rated as one of the top 3-year-olds, and her form shows it. I just don't think she's had a good enough prep to win a Group 1 of this nature. So I am really strong on Spumante Dolce. I'm even stronger now that the trainer likes Mon Petit Cherie, because I don't think that'll ever beat Spumante Dolce again. As 4-year-olds,
Are we
I
all
can't have
double Grand Slam?
I can't have double Grand Slam. Not for me. If a 4-year-old's going to win it, it's going to be Raskova. But I think it lies with the 3-year-olds. And I'm strong, not over Skidovas, but almost on Spumante Dolce.
Perfect.
And then I just need to add something. In my book, I put Y next to Asia Pambile. Drawn 14, over 1,600 meters. Why? Why not run it in the Merchants a race later where it could have been favorite? I just sometimes, my mind boggles. I know she's good and I know she's better over less, but she could win a Group 1. Another Group 1 is over 6 furlongs, and they've got her over 8 furlongs, drawn the widest of all. I may be proven wrong, and if I am, I won't. I mean, I do rate her, but I think it's a poor choice of race.
She ran in the race last year and we thumped her. Humdinger thumped her by 2 lengths last year. So maybe they feel they got unfinished business.
Yeah, possibly. But I think it's a horse that could have been favourite for the next race. So anyway,
yeah, but wouldn't have won the next race, because in the next race, which we're going to now, which is the post Merchants, the grade 3 over 1,200 meters, I am absolutely categorically telling you that I found the bet of almost the bet of the day.
Go
again,
on.
I'm forcing myself to go first.
Go on.
They took this horse's balls out. He's a different animal. Tony, the master trainer, Peter.
You've been speaking to Jason.
I haven't. Buffalo Storm Cody, almost the best bet of the card. The best bet of the card for me is in the last race. This is almost the best bet on the day. Buffalo Storm Cody, I can't tell you enough. Have a look since they gelded this horse. Have a look at his times. Have a look at the way he's won. It can't get beat.
All right, I'm not going to be long. Very strong on Buffalo Bill Cody.
Oh.
Jason's very strong on Buffalo Bill Cody. So the firm is all over Buffalo Bill Cody. I imagine after this podcast, we might be hoping it gets beat because the money's going to come. But I see a lot of, I shouldn't say no hopers. I see a lot of horses with difficult tasks. William Robertson, tough task.
Going to run it in the July. Eh? I mean, he's tried every other distance. Cornet, we love you. I have to take the piss sometimes. Yeah, carrying 62 kilos, drawn 12, not for me.
Very hard. So to wrap it up, nice, neat and tidy Buffalo Bill for us, for me, and for the team.
Striker.
I'm going to lean towards number 4, Otaniqua. 3-year-old. It's a good draw. 3-year-old can improve it. I know it's tough against all the horses, but I did finish second behind Tenango in the feature race at Scottsville the other day. And a horse that I found, it's like I can't really be confident, but it's drawn 1, my sensation. It's a 3-year-old filly. Difficult to tip 3-year-old filly against these older horses, but she says she's the second best handicapped horse in the race. Drawn 1, a lot of scope for improvement, lightweight. I think it could be a nice quartet trifecta horse to include.
Yeah, there's been a lot of money for her. 10-1 into 8-1 on Lance's site on soccershop.bet. So
it'll be a miss of me if I don't just have a go at Striker. Otaniqua not in the race. On the Tenango run, it's the worst off at the weights. So in your next life, I pray that you are a punter and that you punt with me, because Otaniqua not for me.
Fuck, that's so funny. Right, race 10. This is why this is genuinely the best podcast, I promise you. Race 10, the Premier Gateway International Handicap. Piere.
Yeah, I'll make it a 2-horse race. It is a handicap, so obviously it's very open. But I like Underworld, and the danger to Underworld would be Zeitz. Also a 3-year-old, improving. Last time he was drawn 12 out of 12, so he had to overcome a bad draw. This time drawn 4, a lot more in his favor. 2-horse race, Zeitz, and that's number 4, and number 1, Underworld.
Okay, Lance.
Very strong on Zaats, guys. Look at the politician. Look at the horses behind it. It's had its run in the province. It's going to be cherry ripe. It's carrying 53.5 kilos. And I'm going to be very honest with you. When I did the form the first time, I liked Underworld. And I respected Cherry and O. And then I sat with Jason. You know Jason, his surname's not big. Google him, guys. He spoke me into this horse Zaats, and he didn't have to talk too much. He showed me one run, and that was the politician. And I can't believe what ran behind this horse. So if he pitches, he'll win. I'm hoping like hell that Money House puts his hand up, because he's a smart horse, hasn't run for a real long time. But very strong on Zaats, and I think he's the horse to beat.
Yeah, me too. So I think Zeitz is the horse to beat. I like a little bit of I Salute You, Peter Muscat's horse. And then let me just tell you about Money Ice. So he ran second in this race last year. He hasn't run for 342 days, but he's a completely different horse. You'll see him on race day. He's filled out nicely. We didn't have a setback per se, but we had him geared up for a race. And then if you remember, earlier on this year, there was a load of rain in Joburg. The tracks were unplayable. And we had him scheduled to run in a Group 2, I think. I can't remember, up at Turfington, but we couldn't prep him for that. And since then, there wasn't really much that we could aim him for, because he would have been caught in no man's land. He's rated 104. So we sort of were forced to plan to come to this race again and then build him up for next season. Just circumstance. So at round about the 40-1, he's well. They've got him really, really well. And like I say, I have a few quid each way. But I think Zeitz is on form, the horse to beat. But don't leave Money Heist out. He is very, very well at the moment.
Joe, Money House rising 6, eh?
I know, but he doesn't have a lot of mileage on his clock, eh?
I've heard that comment somewhere else, rising 6.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's right.
That's
right.
for you, Sean. Money House is rising 6.
That was funny.
That's just a
Most
private
people
joke.
out there wondering what's going on. You'll have to watch the next podcast we do with Sean Perry. But we have a little joke about rising 6 and rising 5. Right. Let's move on to the next race. Race number 11. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to go first here. Soccershop.bet are going 4-1 Rich Folks Hoax, 5-1 Dawn Till Dusk, 7-1 Tamaris, 8-1 Xanthar, Mastership 8-1, 10-1, and better the rest. I can tell you that the moment Gareth found how to treat Tamaris's little bit of an ulcer problem, this filly's just exploded into form. So she's very, very well. I'm not going to tell you who she's been working with, but she's been comfortably.
Tell us, Joe. Tell us.
I can't disrespect other owners, but she's been comfortably working with group horses in Gareth's yard. And we went through a phase where we raced her handy, and you'll see in your computer form, you won't see this on form grids, by the way, but you'll see in your computer form, since we started dropping her out, she's changed. She's back to flying at them. She'll be flying at the end. She's got a great draw. Tamaris for me, not because I own her. I'm telling you, on form, she's a runner. And yeah, Tamaris. Piere?
Yeah, Joe, just for your information, the best weighted horse in this race is Tamaris.
Oh.
With a couple others, but
is that why you like it, Pierre?
Well, you know what? I know the handicapper. This is all according to the handicapper's opinion, and horses earn the handicaps. I believe they know what they're doing. A lot of people believe they don't know what they're doing, but they've got a system they work on, and I feel their system is fairly accurate. No one can be 100% accurate in horse racing. But the fact that Tamaris is the best weighted with one or two others, and it's drawn 5, where the others are drawn wide, I'm going to make Joao your winner for the day. Hopefully, Tamaris.
From your mouth, from your mouth.
Okay,
Striker,
guys,
thank you
I'm
very
not
much.
gonna rain on your parade, but unfortunately, Tamaris has earned a rating at Scottsville Pier, not Gravel.
What's wrong with Gravel?
No, this horse can't run at Gravel. 5 runs, no way. Listen, I would want nothing more than Tamaris to win. You know that
Joao
from.
said it's come right. They found the problem.
Yeah, it was right at Scottsville as well. 2 smashing wins. They were ultra impressive.
Well,
Horses for courses.
we couldn't race at Gravel that day.
Well, thank God, because you got the win. Anyway, I wanted to win. I hope it wins, but I think the biggest negative is the track. Everything else I like, but I'm not mad about Tamaris at Gravel. So, but it's 6-1, guys, or 7-1. So, I mean, it's good value. The horse I respect is my ex-horse. It's called Spirit of Lavana. They've taken the 4 kilos off. I think that stable's turned the corner, and it's a horse that'll be in with a really good chance, really good value. A lot of horses with a chance. Membership, mastership. Tough race. I'm not mad about Xanthar. I respect dusk till dawn till dusk. So a bit of an open race. But I hope Tamaris wins.
Okay, well, we got 2 guys strong on it and hope from one of the others. Right. The lucky last. Now, if you've survived up till now, don't worry because I'm pretty confident between us, you're going to back the winner. I'm hoping you choose to go with what I say, viewers, but I'm going to let Lance go first.
Okay, Joe, to wrap it up, tough race, much like the first 2 to start. The last one's a real tough one. Open Highway, last run, strong form, 3 winners, Al Dante, Gutra, and Lucky Dollar. Deception Pass, 1 run on the track, 1 win, 6.5 lengths. I make the race between 1, 3, and 11. It's a tough race. I wouldn't be surprised if anything wins. It's really, really a tough one to end the night. But that's how I see the race. Nothing too confident. No out and out bets. But I see the races 1, 3, 11, 11, 3, 1, 3, 1, 11. That's how I'll box it.
Okay, Striker.
I actually found a horse here, number 5, Master of the Desert. All Cape Town form. Last time, first run at Gravel from bad drawn 11 out of 12. Now it's drawn 5. That's obviously way better. The 3-year-old can improve a lot. So my value bet, end of the day, number 5, Master of the Desert. If you're in trouble, get out. If you made money, double your money. Number 5.
Well, you guys are psycho, and I'm pretty sure you're going to switch to my horse. Okay, listen to this. There's only one horse here that has ever sailed the heights of 100 merit rating, and that's number 10, Down by the River. Ask yourself this question. If Green with Envy was in this race, how far would it win by? Here's another question. This thing ran 3 lengths behind Rapidash, and it beat Rapidash by 4 lengths, albeit as a young horse. It's been off form since, but it's switched now to Comnaidu. It's plummeted from a high of 100 all the way down to 77. Then it won. They've only pushed it up to 80. It ran in the same race as Lance's selection, Open Highway. Open Highway drew 9. Down by the River drew 15 that day. There's only 2 lengths difference. I'm telling you, unlike Piere Strydom, with mine, if you're losing, you're going to get 11 times your money back. And if you're winning, you're going to times your money by 11.
Joey, all I can tell you is by the time this race comes, it's going to feel like the river.
Oh, listen, it's such a long day. And operators, Greg and the team in Joburg, I don't actually know who heads that team, Colin, if you're watching this podcast, maybe just email me. Why don't we do 6 races on a Friday and 6 on a Saturday like they do at Ascot, for example? I don't understand why my feet have got to be swollen after 12 races on a racetrack. I don't get how much fun that can be. But anyway, we'll leave that for another time. We've hit them. We've hit them hard. Take the 2-to-1 the equator off soccershop.bet. Striker, thanks for today. We will see you. Lance, thanks for today. Viewers,
Thanks, guys.
Keep following us on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks for all your support. Send comments. Over and out.
Enjoy the week, guys. Take care.
Happy punting.
Cheers.